Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Podbean, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Good Pods, Pocket Cast, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 141. Coming soon. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? I just watched Trap. It is the new and what I believe to be 14th overall movie directed by M. Night Shyamalan, who has directed, it might be 15th. He directed something before The Sixth Sense. I think Rosie O'Donnell is in it. I am not positive as to what it's called. But The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs, The Village, Lady in the Water, The Happening, The Last Airbender, After Earth, The Visit, Split, Glass, Old, and Knock at the Cabin. Only one of which I feel like is bad. Different levels of interesting and or good make you think and all of that. But only The Last Airbender is a bad movie. It stars Josh Hartnett and as I said, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. It's like, cause Josh Hartnett is the focus. There are obviously other actors in this movie, Allison Pill for one, Haley Mills, but he is the primary focus. I knew the girl's name that plays his daughter until I hit record. I knew M. Night's daughter's name until I press record. This movie is Daddy-Daughter Date, the movie, and potentially police may be trying to set a trap for a serial killer. New M. Night, I'm there. I'm there. I'm recording and watching and posting. I'm doing this all on a Thursday night, because my stupid ass planned a trip on release day Friday. I will always believe that Thursday shows are an extension of a midnight showing. And Tony Soprano, I'm from the old school. I will never shake that mindset. Movies come out on Fridays, children. But I want to keep this short and I want to keep this sweet because you don't want to give away any detail to an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Josh Hartnett is good. This movie to me is, what if Dexter didn't have his, what's it called? Avenging Angel or whatever it was called. I can't remember, like the season 2 thing that Dark Passenger? Did Dexter have the Dark Passenger? This movie is basically, what if Dexter didn't have the Dark Passenger? Because the antagonist in this movie tries to be a regular person, but you see the slips and you see the cracks and the tweaks and all of that. It is very interesting watching them try to outsmart and try to be one step ahead, try to manipulate the situation, and it's a cat and mouse. Like, the whole concert thing, like, I read that the inspiration for this movie was based on something that kind of maybe actually happened. Some idiot criminal went to an event and basically, I don't know the details, but I'm assuming they got busted. Like, how do you go somewhere where you can basically be contained and escape? You know what I mean? This is a movie of two halves. The second half gets way more tense. I think there are, like, some tonal shifts that present issues, because some of it is really goofy. I laughed a couple times, but then, like, there are, I wouldn't say tense moments, but the suspense cranks up. There are a lot of disbelief suspension moments But like it's some heavily flawed writing in this movie, but then it's also some very genius writing that it's like, well, we set up this angle, we set up that angle, we set up those angles, and we can take the audience wherever we want. So it evens out. Feel me? Solid performances all the way around. It's just, I'm telling you, like, there's some like seriousness mixed with like some just goofy, not even quirky, just like some goofy shit. So it's like, I would say this movie overall is a mixed bag, but I enjoyed it, and I will leave y'all with that. So with all that being said, I will say that in my opinion, Trap was dope. Have you seen Trap, man? What you think? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. I think while I did really like it, it was also mid-tier overall for M. Night Shyamalan. I recently put up a review for Deadpool and Wolverine. I recently put up a review for Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3, as well as Twisters. Next weekend, I hope to watch and review Borderlands. And then the week after that, Alien Romulus. Cannot wait. If you've been living under a rock, the next episode of Rec League Podcast, we're going to talk about that big Comic-Con news. Marvel specifically, because who else really made a splash? And then Deadpool and Wolverine spoiler talk, man. Be on the lookout. Like, subscribe, comments. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me? Watch these credits. Peace.